What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and here we go. In 7 days, we're going to be finding out on September 27th, 2021, whether or not we're going to be having an infrastructure bill and the largest stimulus bill alongside it pass through for stimulus and infrastructure funding. And this is your stimulus check update and stimulus package update, you guys. Now, this is all or nothing at this point. Either they're going to get this done and we're going to see everything pass through, or it's all going to fall apart. There's a lot of obstacles right now, but what we're hearing is there's a lot of Democratic leaders in Congress saying they believe that in the end, the Democratic Party is going to unify and they're going to make this happen. Now, I've got video footage I'm going to be sharing with you. We're going to hear them say this. However, before we watch the video footage, allow me to remind you some of the obstacles that we need to overcome in just the next 7 days. Now, as you guys know, there's an infrastructure bill and a stimulus bill. And what we have is Senator Joe Manchin coming out and saying, I don't support the stimulus bill. $3.5 trillion is way too much spending. He actually took a Wall Street Journal op-ed out and let everybody know that we need to take it down more to like 1 or 1.5 trillion, and I'll support that, but I'm concerned about debt and inflation, and I am not on board. And right now in the Senate, in order for them to pass through the process of reconciliation, they literally need every single Democratic senator on board. Just one voting no ruins everything for the stimulus bill. And you guys, progressives were outraged. They could not believe that one of their own was going against them. And President Joe Biden said, you guys, don't worry about it. I'll talk to him. I'll get him on board. Just give me a minute. I did it before with the American Rescue Plan, and I'll do it again. So Joe Biden met with Joe Manchin, and Joe Biden came out of the meeting and he let them know, you know what, you guys, let's bring the price tag down. Manchin's not coming up. We need to just accommodate him because we got to get this done. If we do not pass stimulus and infrastructure, then it is curtains for the Democratic Party, because right now, Democrats control everything, the House, the Senate, and the presidency. And if the American people see that when we control everything, we still can't get stuff done, we're going to be losing power in the midterm elections coming up in 2022. So just bring the price tag down. Now, in order for them to do that, though, what we're hearing is that progressives are saying, listen, we're up at 7 trillion, 10 trillion, and you want to get us on board for that? We've already compromised. We don't think that we agree, and if you mess with that stimulus bill, take a look, you guys. Congressional Progressive Caucus prepares to block the infrastructure bill if reconciliation budget fails. And they're saying, you mess with it, if you ruin it, we're going to wreck your infrastructure bill. And they're saying, listen, even if you wanted us to do this, it's going to take more time than a week for us to modify this bill. We're not going to hit the September 27th deadline. House Democrats say Congress may slip past Pelosi's September 27th infrastructure goal. Well, you guys, Senator Joe Manchin said that's fine. Actually, I want you to cut the bill down, and I think we should just pause it until next year. Take a look at this. Manchin suggests pausing talks on the $3.5 trillion until 2022. And he said just pass infrastructure bill now, do stimulus bill later. And you guys, we also heard Kirsten Sinema come out though and say, listen, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, if you break your word on infrastructure and you do not bring it up for a vote on September 27th, when stimulus does come, I will vote no. So you guys, and they said, well, that's fine. If you vote no on stimulus, we're going to vote no on your infrastructure. And she said, that's fine. Take a look at this. Kirsten Sinema threatens to kill her own infrastructure bill. She says, I care less than you do. If you think I'm bluffing, go ahead and call it, and you're going to find out. She says, because I'm actually very fiscally conservative. I would rather see no spending than all of this spending. So if you think you're threatening me, I'll kill my own bill. I'll vote no against it, and I'll vote no against stimulus as well. Man, you guys, so how do you negotiate with somebody like that? But what we're hearing is, take a look at this. In the end, Sanders says the Democrats, they're going to come together on the reconciliation bill. So you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you think that they're going to be able to work through all of these differences and all of these obstacles in less than a week and pass through infrastructure and stimulus and get it all done? Or do you think that there's going to be something here that's going to snag them and it's all going to fall apart? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But you guys, I'm going to share with you the video footage so you can hear it for yourself. Get you caught up as of today, September 20th, 2021, as there's just a ton of stuff unfolding right now as we near this stimulus and infrastructure deadline. So let's dive right in. But before we do, if you can do me a quick favor, just takes a second. If you like and appreciate these updates, don't forget to take a second to smash the like button. I would appreciate it. Just takes a second. Really helps me out a ton. Just lets the algorithm know that you think I'm doing a good job. And in turn, they're going to continue to promote my videos videos and my channel. Also, don't forget, leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on all this. Share this out if you think it's going to help out other people. And if this is your first time here, don't forget, hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. You can come join the viewing community, what we like to call the RAM fam. I'll keep you up to date on all this stuff, stimulus, Congress, the economy, unemployment, anything having to do with money, so you know what's going on. And if you got any specific questions for me, be sure to shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3, which is by far the best way to get a hold of me, you guys. But with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at this video footage as they're saying, look, we believe that in the end, they're going to come together and pass this through. So let's go ahead and dive into this video footage.
Are you sure
so we are
that
working
President...
right now? We got 50 votes. We're going to have to work it out as we did with the American Rescue Plan. But I have already made, and my colleagues have made, a major compromise going from $6 trillion down to $3.5 trillion.
So am I hearing you correctly when you say you are not willing to move on that $3.5 trillion number, even if the president asks you to do it? I mean, are you risking losing everything?
Look, right now what we are doing is we are engaging with the House and the Senate. It is a complicated proposal. All I am telling you is that $3.5 trillion is much too low. A compromise has already been made. An agreement has been made. And the American people, by the way, poll after poll after poll, are telling us now is the time to stand up to powerful special interests. Now is the time to start representing working families on all of these issues. They are enormously powerful. And maybe, just maybe, we can work for workers for a change and not just wealthy campaign contributors.
You keep saying the number of 50 votes, but it is well reported that Senator Manchin and Senator Sinema are not with you on this within the Democratic Party. Are you certain that President Biden will get them all in line?
Well, we went through this with the American Rescue Plan. We dealt with this with the American Rescue Plan, which, as you know, is the most significant piece of legislation to take us out of the economic decline. And it cut childhood poverty by 50%. It provided unemployment benefits. It did what had to be done to get us out of the emergency. We came together, and I expect, because of the pressure of the American people, we're going to come together again and do what has to be done.
So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. A very riled up Bernie Sanders letting us know that they've already come down. They don't want to go down any further. 3.5 is already not enough, but he said that in the end, he does believe that the pressure from the American people is going to cause the Democratic Party to push this through and make it happen. So let me know your thoughts, you guys. But also, we got some video footage of the third most powerful Democrat in the House saying that they're going to be getting on board James Clyburn. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Joining us now, the number 3 Democrat in the House of Representatives, Congressman Jim Clyburn of South Carolina. Congressman, thanks so much for joining us. So dozens of progressives in your caucus, in the Democratic caucus, say they're going to vote no on the bipartisan infrastructure deal on September 27th if a sweeping $3.5 trillion reconciliation bill isn't also passed by then. Given the fact that you currently don't have 50 votes in the Senate either, it therefore seems pretty unlikely that the reconciliation package will pass both the House and Senate in just the next 8 days, don't you think?
Well, thank you very much for having me, Jay. Well, you know, we're all negotiating, and of course we have a pretty big tent in our party. We have progressives that are very, very important, not just to the party, but to the country. And we have more moderates, and that's how it should be. We reflect what this country is all about, and we have a pretty evenly divided country these days. And all of us are working through that. So I know that everybody in our party understand that the country is at a point that we must do some things that we would not do ordinarily. And some of these things are going to be pretty expensive. But the expense, real expense, is in not doing them. We cannot continue with this pandemic. We got to spend the money that's necessary to get beyond it. We've got to do something about our infrastructure. Bridges are breaking down all over, and we've got to do something about it.
But the progressives are going to vote against the bipartisan infrastructure plan when it comes to the House floor on September 27th, unless it also comes with the $3.5 trillion budget deal. You're not going to have that passed by September 27th, are you?
Well, we can't. That's my point. unless let's make sure that we never get to that point. And that's why we have so much work going on now. Our leadership is on this. We are working with everybody in all corners of our party. They're trying to get to a common ground on all of these issues. And I feel very comfortable that we're going to get there.
So you're certain the House will still vote on this bipartisan infrastructure bill on September 27th and that it will pass? Or is it also possible you'll delay the vote?
Well, there's always a possibility that the vote will get delayed. But the question is, are we going to work to get to our goal for September 27th? Yes, we are going to work hard to reach that goal. And sometimes you have to kind of stop the clock to get to the goal. We'll do what's necessary to get there.
You suggested on CNN last week that the reconciliation bill could be less than $3.5 trillion. Senator Manchin said on this show last week that he wants a price tag closer to $1.5 trillion. At the end of the day, where do you think this is ultimately going to land? $2 trillion, $2.5 trillion?
Well, I have no idea. I also said last week that we ought to stop focusing on the number and start looking at what needs to be done. And if we are comfortable that we're doing everything that needs to be done for the American people, then let the experts put the number on it, and that will determine how much we need to spend. And so it may be 3.5, it may be close to that, or it may be closer to something else. So I think that we ought to really focus on the American people and think about what it takes to get us in a good place, and then let the numbers take care of themselves.
Well, that's a nice sentiment, but you have Manchin in the Senate saying he wants it closer to $1.5 trillion, and progressives in the House like Tlaib and Bowman and Jayapal, Cori Bush, they're suggesting they won't go lower than $3.5 trillion at all. I don't need to tell you, you only have 3 votes to spare in the House. Are you confident you're going to have the votes to pass a reconciliation bill less than $3.5 trillion?
Well, let's just say I'm comfortable with where we are. Yes, I believe in our party. I believe in our leadership. I believe that in all of the members that make up this great tent that we operate under. I think we'll get there. It's going to take some work, and we are going to do the work. I don't know that there's anybody in our party who feels that we cannot get there. They just want to make sure that all the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, and that we are responding to the American people's needs and aspirations.
So there you guys have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, but we're going to be seeing a lot unfolding over the course of this week, you guys, and I'll be sure to keep you up to date on what's going to be happening with stimulus and infrastructure. And as always, you guys, thank you so much for joining me here on the channel. Don't forget, if you made it this far and you haven't already, smash that like button, leave your comments down below, share this out. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, come join the Ram fam. I will keep you up to date. And if you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3, you guys. With that being said, I'll catch you in the next video. Hope this reaches you well. Remember, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday, and random uploads throughout the day as news breaks, which seems to be almost every single hour now, you guys. With that being said, I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.